So this is the OnePlus 13, and today we're going to do a speed test comparison against the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Let's go ahead and begin with a boot up test in 3, 2, go, and see which one can get there first. Now, historically, the Pixel has booted up faster than pretty much every phone I've tested, and I think it's going to be the case today. Now, the OnePlus 13 took a little bit of a second to turn on. I've been noticing that in my boot up, so the Pixel is definitely going to win it, and it wasn't my finger. I've been retesting that over and over again. It takes a second to respond to that. So maybe they could fix that in a software update, but the Pixel definitely turns on faster than the all-new OnePlus 13, but that doesn't mean it's going to win in every other area. So let's get on to the next one. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the biometrics. So these both have in-display fingerprint sensors, and we'll see which one can do this better. 3, 2, go. And I think the OnePlus, maybe. Let's do it again. 3, 2, go. Yeah, OnePlus is a little faster, but it's very small. And we'll do this one last time. Go. Oh, I missed that one on the Pixel. Let's do that again. 3, 2, go. Yeah, the OnePlus is definitely a little bit faster. Now, we also do have face unlock here, so we'll just swipe right in. And you can bypass if you want. Also on the Pixel, you can also unlock very quick. So unlocking either phone here, whether it's the Pixel or the OnePlus, is definitely going to be a very fast experience on the biometrics. Although I do think the OnePlus is slightly snappier in that area. They've been that way for years and doesn't seem to be changing. Now, going through the operating system, Oxygen OS has been basically flawless here on Oxygen OS 15, 41 plus 13, buttery smooth in every operation. And even people who said they don't even plan on getting this phone in some of my comments section have been saying they're impressed by the performance. They'll have to give it to them there. Even if they're not planning on buying this, they're like, wow, that is actually pretty impressive. I'll give them that. So you just can't say that this is not impressive, because it just is when it comes to that performance. When it comes to the general performance, Oxygen OS is incredibly smooth and basically flawless here out of the box of the OnePlus 13. I hope it stays this way throughout the duration of the user's usage. But I mean, no matter what you're doing, the animations are buttery smooth. It's just a great experience this year for this phone. It feels like it's basically perfect. There is some animations that might look slightly smoother or maybe slightly, more visually pleasing depending on preference to certain users, but it's very smooth. Now, the Pixel is very fast as well. As you can see, even though it doesn't have a Snapdragon CPU, it's still very quick. Tensor focuses on AI, which is very important if you're going to be using that stuff, but Pixel really doesn't have a major issue either. It's a very snappy daily performer as well. Again, this is not one of those phones with a heavy skin on it. So the Pixel is definitely going to do very well in this department. So I don't have any issues with either in just general day-to-day performance. All right, guys, so here we are at the application test. Everything is closed out for both. We're going to see how they run in my day-to-day applications. Let's go into calendar. And basically the same. I think the Pixel's on dark mode. Let me get it out of dark mode. Yep, dark thing was on. Let's go into clock here on both. And that was the OnePlus. We'll go to stopwatch here. We'll go to clock, and we'll do alarm and timers. And you'll see once in application, pretty much the same. Let's go into calculator. OnePlus faster there, swiping out. OnePlus also faster. That's just looking pretty good on both of these though. Let's go ahead and go into weather here, and you'll see that was faster, I think, on the OnePlus. Very different looking weather though. Definitely nice Pixel. Pixel has a nice weather app here. I think this is just kind of looks like some other phones. Like a lot of phones are looking like this. Pixel has their own unique weather application. I really like this one on the right. So let's go ahead and swipe up out of here. We'll go into news, and you'll see pretty much the same there. Let's swipe over here in the technology section, since that's what we cover here on this channel. You'll see a little bit faster on the left. Some details starting to emerge about the S25 Ultra, but nobody knows exactly yet. Let's go into Play Store, and that was faster on the left. We'll hit games for some submenus, top charts. I got a little hair on my screen. You better get up out of here, little hair. Let's go over here. Oh, okay. I wasn't doing something right. Let's go over here to new, and you'll see some new titles, new games, things of that sort was launched. If we swipe up out of here, let's go into X, and you'll see X launched first, slightly on the left. And a lot of people like to trash on the Pixel for not having the fastest CPU, but you're seeing in this video, it performs just fine, keeping up easily with a phone with flagship CPU. So that's okay. You know, you could say what you want about it. The Pixel 9 Pro XL does really good in the actual real world everyday performance. Let's get up out of here and let me scroll into the next one, which is going to be Amazon. And you'll see Amazon did pretty well. I think that one was the left though. If I'm being really honest with you, I think that was going to the left. Let's swipe up out of here and we'll go into YouTube. And we'll see over here on the top left, we do have trending here. Let's go to trending tab, and we'll swipe through over here. We'll go over here and over to movies. So pretty nice overall. I don't think you have many issues on either. I think the Pixel scrolling looks a little faster here. OnePlus is scrolling a little bit smoother. Let's go into Groupon, and that was the OnePlus, and that was pretty much the same, but this was loading up like the login page. Let's head over here into, how about we get an oil change today? And you'll see, again, there's not much in it here. I think one of the things I'm noticing about these two is because they're both like more of a vanilla Android experience, they're going to look pretty similar by comparison to a skinned version. You'll see the gaming though is where the OnePlus is probably going to take the lead over the Pixel by a substantial margin. So I wouldn't buy a Pixel if like gaming is your top priority. I would buy this if camera, you know, the Google experience is your top priority, but gaming is something you do on the side. It will still do the job, but I wouldn't buy it for that area. So you'll see right here, OnePlus should win this one again, and it does. So in terms of games, OnePlus is the champion right now for these flagship phones. So definitely let's head up out of here and we'll go into real racing. And the OnePlus even did better in the benchmarks than the iPhone 16 Pro Max in games. And that phone is one of the faster phones out there, even if it doesn't have the fastest animations. You'll see right there, OnePlus again. And this will only translate further into the actual gaming experience where the Pixel gets a little bit warmer in my experience. Let's go into Free Fire. The heat management is way better on the 13 when really pushing it, I find. Let's go over here. But I don't really push phones that heavy in my real world daily use, except for my speed tests and when I'm testing these out. So I don't notice it too much on the Pixel, but it is something to make note of. Were we in just free? I think we were just in Free Fire. Yeah, we were in Free Fire. Let's head up into Geekbench 6. And you could see not much in there. And we'll go into 3D Mark. Faster a little bit. I think that was the left. I could be wrong. Sometimes I'm looking at the camera, see if it's in focus, and I miss it. You'll see right here that the Pixel won that out, and we'll go into InShot, and probably the OnePlus. So wrapping it up, this was pretty fun to see. The Pixel hung in there just fine, even though it doesn't have the fastest chip out there. It hung in there just fine, but the OnePlus took a lead in all the games, every single one of them. So that tells me all I need to know in terms of speed, performance. Maybe it's the game mode, but I know the OnePlus has the higher chip and the higher GPU. So the OnePlus is going to pull ahead when it really starts to get that heavier use. Like a graphically intensive game, for example, OnePlus is going to pull ahead here. All right, so let's go ahead and run through the applications now to see what kind of performance we get. And man, is this thing good. Look at this. I mean, what else do you want? Like, I don't know where we can go from here. This is probably not going to be the area that we need massive improvement. Although I still think it's going to get even better. Google Calendar is messing up. That's because of that cloud-based system. But definitely that was almost flawless there for the OnePlus. Right, so let's go ahead and take a look at how the Pixel performs. And already I can tell you these animations don't look nearly as good. Plus you got to come from the side to get them. Yeah, this is definitely not as quick. Definitely not as smooth, definitely not as quick. Doesn't make it a bad phone. It's just not on that level of the left phone. So Google can work on this area if they want. I wonder if they will though. They seem to be focused on other things like AI, camera, stuff like that. So we'll see if they even fix this area. But definitely Pixel's animations are not super pretty by comparison to the OnePlus 13 in my honest opinion here. of these two. They're not bad, but they just kind of seem like yesteryear's versions. These seem like modern updated animations on the 13. When it comes to the app switchers, this is also a little bit speedier on the OnePlus. You have this bar down here with all these apps. It's like all these apps at the bottom, and you can kind of just scroll through those very quickly, and you can also close these quicker on the OnePlus. Over here for the Pixel, you kind of got to go like this. And it's a little bit of a long stretch to get all the way to the end. There's no like little bar for or there's no little row of apps you can quickly swipe through them. You got to swipe all the way to the edge, and then to get to clear all, you got to go over there. So definitely, I would say that experience is a slightly slower as well on the Pixel. As if we didn't expect this, the win is going to go to the OnePlus 13 in Geekbench 6 by a substantial margin in the single core, but even a more substantial margin in that multi-core score. If you take a look at this, you're going to see over 9,000 on the OnePlus 13. This is incredibly impressive for a smartphone. It's pretty close to computer. MacBook, I've seen some scores like this in the past. This is fast over here. This is not slow by no means, but when you compare it to this, yeah, I mean, I think you get the picture. OnePlus takes the crown here. Now we're doing a 3D Mark benchmark, and while I said that they take the crown, there's one area of the Pixel that is still going to be the win over this phone, and that's going to be the camera, but we're doing speed here. But the camera I do prefer on the Pixel. Also, I like the shape of the sides. It's pretty nice. In addition, the overall Google ecosystem on here is still a little bit nicer. So even though this performance is pulling way ahead, I do have to give props where props are due for this device. But man, I really want to see Pixel go to a Snapdragon CPU this year. I want to see it. I think it'll crush with that kind of CPU, like a Snapdragon 8 Elite on the Pixel, or some customized version of it for, you know, Tensor. Like maybe if they can combine the Snapdragon with their own AI stuff, maybe they work together or something like that and make a beautifully optimized CPU. I think it will pull way ahead. This Tensor stuff is seriously not fast compared to the competition. Ladies and gents, everyone of the world, what did you expect? You can see 6,661 on the left. That is 3 times higher. Well, not quite, but close to 3 times higher on the overall score. We have more than double as fast on the average frame rate. So the gaming experience will absolutely crush the Pixel on the OnePlus 13. You'll see this scoring better than 98% of devices on the market. The last time I seen a score like that was on an iPad Pro M4. Over here, we have 53%. So this is like, I even think maybe the 13R would be faster than the Pixel 9 Pro XL in this test. But these are more in the same price category, so I like to compare these two right here. The Pixel actually looks like a shorter phone, unless I don't have them lined up properly. Yeah, I didn't have them slightly offline. But definitely much faster there on the left for the OnePlus 13. That's going to wrap it up. I think we have our results. After seeing those benchmarks, it's very clear which one has been crowned the champion here of performance in this speed test. That's the OnePlus 13 by a substantial margin. It's also thinner and has a much improved camera over last year. It also has an IR blaster, which the Pixel doesn't have, but it doesn't have the same length of software support as the Pixel. I don't think it has a better camera overall than the Pixel, and the Pixel still has a better looking design in my opinion. So there's definitely things to be had for both of them, but in the area of performance, I think the OnePlus takes the win here for sure. And I don't think a lot of other phones, it's not just the Pixel, let's not just go to town on this one. A lot of other phones are not beating this right now. This is the phone to beat right now in performance. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Be sure to be well, and peace.